calculate the interest, it's 5.5% per annum. Now 5.5% is 5.5 over 100, and that gives us 0.055, that's the decimal multiplier. 540 times 0.5055 gives us £29.70. Now that's for 12 months. And we are borrowing the money for 8 months. So 8 months is 8 over 12, which is 2/3. So 2/3 of £29.70 gives us £19.80. That's the interest. So the total is the original amount plus the interest, and that gives us £559.80. If I want to find out the monthly repayment, it's 559.80 divided by 8, and that gives £69.97.5. And we could round that up, I suppose, to £69.98. Now 6%. If the interest rate is 6%, then the decimal multiplier will be 100% plus 6%, which is 106%. If we divide that number by 100 to convert from the percentage, we get 1.06 as a decimal. So £2,500 multiplied by 1.06 to the power of 3 gives us 2977 and 54 pence. Now, part 1, we have an increase of 4%, which means that the decimal multiplier will be 1.04. And part 2, we have an increase of 10%, which means the decimal multiplier will be 1.10. And then we have, in the third year, an increase in value by 8%. So the decimal multiplier there will be 1.08. So if it was valued at £120,000 to begin with, how much was it worth after 3 years? And that gives 148,262.40. Now, if the value is falling by 30%, what we can do is take that 30% away from 100%, which is the original value. That gives us 70%. If we divide that by 100, we get 0.7. That's the decimal multiplier then. So if we're starting off with a value of 21,000 and it loses 30% each year for 3 years, the calculation will look like this. And the answer is 7203. Part A, what we have on top is an expression that can be factorised by taking a common factor of 3. These are with 3 bracket x minus 4. On the bottom line I have a difference of squares, that's x minus 4, x plus 4. The brackets containing x minus 4 cancel out, and we're left with 3 over x plus 4. Part B, we have a trinomial on top and another trinomial on bottom. So we're going to have x and x. Factors of 10 and 1 and 5 and 2. Well, we want the 5 and 2 because we've got to be able to get a 3 for the middle term. I want a minus 3, so it's going to be minus 5 and a plus 2. On the bottom, x and x, factors of 15, 1 and 5 and 3, well it's going to be 5 and 3 because we want to get a 2. Now, we must have a minus in this bracket so that the two brackets, one on top and one on bottom, can cancel. So, when we cancel, we get x plus 2 over x plus 3. Part C, common factor on top, difference of squares on the bottom, and x plus 3 and 3 plus x are the same, so these two cancel and we're left with 5 over 3 minus x. Part D, so we've got a trinomial on top and a trinomial on the bottom. X and x, factors of 12 and 1, 6 and 2 and 4 and 3. We want to be able to get an 8, so we're going to use the 6 and 2. So 6 and 2, signs are the same and they're both positive. Factors of 12, but we want a 6 and 2. Well, we want a 4, so it's going to be 6 and 2 again. This indicates that the signs in the brackets are different, and we want to be able to get a plus 4, so it's going to be plus 6 and minus 2. And these two cancel, and we're left with x plus 2 over x minus 2. I want to get a common denominator. A common denominator, the lowest common denominator for 2 and 3 will be 6. How do I get a 6? Well, I multiply this one by 3. I'm going to multiply this one by 2. That's multiplying top and bottom, so 3 times x is 3x, 2 times x is 2x, so I end up with 1x, or x over 6. The common denominator is already x, so it's 2 plus 5, and that gives us 7 over x. Common denominator. Easiest way to find a common denominator is to multiply the two denominators together, so it's going to be AB. What do I multiply this A by? To get AB, I must multiply by B, so I multiply the top by B as well. What do I multiply this B by? To get AB, I multiply A by A, so I must multiply the top by A as well. So 3A plus 4B over AB. Common denominator is going to be PQ. So I multiply the first fraction by Q, and I multiply the second fraction by P. Now that gives me 2x Q minus 3x P over PQ. And what I might do is just take out x as a common factor, so that's 2q minus 3p over pq. Now, what we have here is a side angle pairing, so we're going to use the sine rule. So 10 over sine 57 equals x over sine 33. I'm going to multiply both sides by sine 33 to get rid of this dividing quantity to get x on its own. and that gives 6.494 centimetres, and I can round that to 6.49 centimetres. So here we have a side angle pairing again, so we can make use of the sine rule. What do we have? It's 20 over sine 70. Equals 14 over sine b. I'm going to cross multiply here because the unknown quantity is on the bottom line. So 20 sine b equals 14 sine 70 degrees. Divide by 20 to get sine b on its own. And then b equals sine to the minus 1 of 14 sine 70 over 20. And that gives us 41.1 degrees. Now in this question we have the angle between two sides. That's the cosine rule, and a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. So 10 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 10 times 12 times the cos of 68 degrees. So that's 100 plus 144, that's 24, 240 cos of 68. So that's 244 minus 240 cos of 68. Now remember, this all goes into the calculator together. Gives 154.094, and if we take the square root of that, we get 12.4. Cosine rule again, so a squared equals 4.2 squared plus 2.4 squared minus 2 times 4.2 times 2.4 times the cos of 100 degrees. 17.64 plus 5.76 minus 20.16 cos of 100 degrees. And if we put that into the calculator, we get a squared equals 26.9, and if we square root that, we get 5.19. Now what we have here is a triangle with 3 sides and no angle, so it's the cosine rule for an angle. And this side is important because that's the side opposite the angle. That's the side that goes in this position here. We can't put either of the other 2 sides in that position. So 9 squared plus 10 squared minus 14 squared over 2 times 9 times 10. That's 81 plus 100 minus 196. 2 9s are 18 times 10 is 180. So we get 181 And A then, well, that gives us what? Minus 15 over 180. So A is cos to the minus 1 of minus 15 over 180, and that equals 94.8 degrees.